Welcome to today's episode of The Weekend Handyman. Today I'm going to be working on my Benchmade 760 LFTi folder. It hasn't been cleaned or adjusted in about 5 months, and the blade setting is a little bit off. The thread locker I use in the pivot screw has come a little bit loose, so it's a little bit off center, and it's driving me nuts. So I'm going to use the Benchmade Blue Box Toolkit to work on it. It comes with all the bits you need, and it comes with a card that says not to work on your knife, but you're an idiot. So take out the pivot screw. I'm going to use a T10 bit, and we're just going to unscrew it real quick. Then I'm going to use a T6 bit for the rest of the handle screws. That is not a handle screw. No. Oh, the box turns into a handle. Look at that. Nice. Just loosen them up. Simple task. The first screw I went after, you don't need to take it out. It's the tumbler adjustment for the blade lockup adjustment. I don't know why I went for it. It should pop right apart. There we go. There's the inside of your Benchmade. This is the scale side. See the lockup wire. You can see that. Wires on the titanium. And it's pretty darn dirty in there. So I'm just going to clean it real quick with this cloth, and I'll be right back and we'll show you how to reassemble it. Welcome back. I just took the knife to the sink and cleaned it in some lukewarm water and some Dawn dish soap to get all the dirt and grime off, so it's nice and clean now. All the surfaces are cleaned. Now we're just going to put it back together. I'm going to use Benchmade Blue Lube. Put a little around here for the bronze washers. And on your knife, your washers may all be different sizes. On this one, they're all the same size. So I'm just going to place one on there. Then lube up the blade. I already did that. Some lube. Drop the blade onto the pivot. Drop the other pivot, other washer onto the blade pivot. Seat it nice. Alright, now that we got the blade on, the next step is on this knife. It has two stop pins. One's the tumbler that's attached for when it's open, and the other is this little pin for when it's closed. You need to remember to put this in, otherwise your knife won't sit properly when it's closed. And there's a little hole right there behind the blade, and just stick it in there. And then we're going to put the lock side back on. I'm going to depress the lock and put the knife in the fully open position, and I'm going to do that off camera because it's a little bit difficult. Alright, now that that scale is on, I'm going to put the scale screws in. I'm going to start with the furthest back and work my way forward, and then I'm going to put the pivot screw in. There we go. I'm going to torque them down a little bit tighter from the farthest back to the farthest forward. Not too tight, but just snug. On this knife, when you're putting it back together, or most higher quality knives, you'll find that it's a little difficult to put the scales back together because the tolerances are really tight, so you got to make sure you do them. Put it down on each peg at the same time, otherwise you'll get one end down and you will not get the other end down. So those are nice and tight now. Pull this out, and I'm going to put the stop pin in, the pivot screw in, and I'm going to use a little blue Loctite, not too much, just enough to hold it so it's at the same spot for the duration of this cleaning period. Let's thread that in there. I just put the pivot screw in until it stops, and then I close the knife, and then I just adjust the lockup that way to my liking. And you can do it as tight or as loose as you want. So. Alright, there you have it. It's nice and centered, the blade, to my liking. It opens smoothly, just gotta break in the oils a little bit. Open it a few times and it'll get smoother and smoother. Nice. There you have it. Clean lube Benchmade 760 LFTi. You can apply this to most knives. Good luck. Thanks for watching.